Good morning. I am back home in my kitchen, and I've thought about something in the last week that I has been on my heart. And when I talked with my daughter Karina yesterday, she was pointing something out to me that hadn't really thought of. So a lot of you know that I have a lot of health struggles. Some of you are, it's hard to understand that someone can be as active as me and yet have any kind of issues. So, because there's a lot of people that are struggling, and definitely more women than men, but also men too, that are struggling with metal allergies or sensitivities and allergies to things they may not know what it is, and they don't feel good all the time, and it's kind of hit and miss. So I wanted to share this because I think it could be helpful for other people, but also like my my daughter was pointing out, is if you don't tell your story, then people will make assumptions about you. And when she was little and we found out she was celiac, people assumed that she was anorexic, and which was so far from the truth. And I want to share some of my struggles that maybe could help you or help you understand either me or somebody else that has those kind of issues, so that you can be a support, and you can be a good friend. So yes, metal allergies. I have a type 4 metal allergy, which could be the worst kind of allergy is when you're allergic to something that's actually implanted in your body, and it keeps sending out, it keeps you constantly in a state of inflammation. So I had metal that was placed in my body during surgery that I had removed. Someone asked me, is that an alternative treatment? Well, actually it's not. My insurance covered it 100%. Literally, there was like $18 to pay, and the insurance covered the rest. I flew to Chicago to have it done because a lot of doctors don't want to deal with taking something back out. They don't understand it, or they don't want to understand it. And there's a lot to be said for implantable devices. And since I'm a nurse, I can tell you that we're supposed to know everything that goes into our body when we're having surgery. So if they can't tell you that, something's really wrong. And that is part of what I went through. But I'm going to try to keep it to the shorter story, which is I got the metal out. I had metal in my teeth that was put in for someone to make money on me when I was a teenager. A lot of people have gone through that too, bad dentists. I've also had a dentist that left stuff in after I thought I got it all out, and it was hiding under a porcelain fused to metal crown, which I got out about a year and a half ago. So my doctor is leading me through my treatments to get all the metal out of my body. And then the other issue is there is inherently some metal in our foods. So you probably heard that like fish has a lot of heavy metals in it. Well, vegetables can have it too, and it depends on where it was grown. And also you can like the beans and legumes, nuts, seeds, all those are, and even garlic and onion are high in nickel. So what I have is, my worst allergy is a nickel allergy. And I had suddenly, I got so inflamed a couple of years ago that I would gain 10 pounds overnight. And that is what happens to me when I eat these kind of foods. So if you see me at a party bringing my own food, that is the reason. I am not, fanatic about not getting enough. More than anything, I make sure I get at least enough calories in me so I can do the fun stuff I like to do. Not just the calories, but the healthy ones, which has been a challenge. But I'm getting better, and I'm also constantly looking for sources of clean foods, clean products, and introducing whatever I need to introduce to my body or get, so that I can keep up with my lifestyle and the stuff that I love. And I also have electro-hypersensitivity, which I was diagnosed with by my doctor a few years back. And what that is, and a lot of people that have that also have metal allergies. We're kind of like an antenna. We all know radiation's bad for us, and the non-ionizing radiation, the low level one, is been very debated. And there are, evidence-based research that shows that it does cause inflammation, and there is just so much money in the tele industry, in the the cell phone company industry, that some of the research that's been done, which has shown that it causes inflammation, is buried in other research that has been done, but it's actually researching something completely different. The cell phone companies that do their research are researching whether it increases our body temperature, which is like a completely different story. And this is what I've been up against. So if you see me leaving a party early, or kind of disappearing, sometimes I just get a really bad headache, or I could be inflamed the whole next day. So I have to limit myself. Obviously, I love social media, and I love staying in touch with people, and I'm very social, if you haven't noticed. So I just have found ways to work around it, which I'll be sharing a little bit more of on my in my feed, because it's something that everyone can benefit from. People don't get symptomatic until they reach a certain level. It's kind of like smoking. You don't get lung cancer the first day, but down the road it's a different story. And passive smoking you can get sick from too. So even if you're not on your own device, there's other people around you. Anyway, so this was just an introduction, and feel free to ask me questions. Feel free to comment down below, and I would love to help anyone with more information, if they have issues themselves, so if they have a loved one that does, or they're just concerned about their kids, because kids are smaller bodies and get a lot more exposure than we do. And yeah, have a wonderful day.